So, isn't that a stunning foiled car? Beautiful, even as a disguised shape. It's the most, I think, exciting foiled car I've ever seen in my life, representing this new Volkswagen movement, our ID.3. How do you like it? I know you had it, you're holding cameras, you can't. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are really sort of excited as a total team today, including our dealers, to really start this new wave of mobility for the Volkswagen brand. And I don't want to go through the highlights once again. But I can promise you that every element of this launch will be treated differently to any launch we've ever had before. And so does the media campaign for this ID.3 car. I move aside a bit. So here you go, easy. Huh? So, dear friends, you might know that Volkswagen is a proud sponsor of the German National Football Association. And this association holds a key event in the capital of Germany, Berlin, in this place, just a few weeks from now. On May 25th, we will hold the cup final in the city, in the Olympia Stadium, which has become the finale for the football season, with whole Germany watching, inviting the world to join and celebrate football as its best, with us being proud sponsors. And the team has used and leveraged this opportunity to electrify Berlin on May 25th. The campaign pre-introducing ID.3 and the ID family and the pre-booking will break on May 25th here in Berlin, and will then actually successively flow through Europe for what we believe a groundbreaking campaign to show that Volkswagen is moving, Volkswagen is changing, and Volkswagen has a long-term idea to change the mobility footprint for all of us. So I'd like to introduce you not only to the ID.3 model car, but I'd like to introduce you to the new campaign ahead of the time on May 25th. Enjoy the new life of the ID family.
This is for all of us. All, as in everyone. The many. The millions. It's time for a power shift. It's time to plug in. It's time for electric cars for the people. Electric mobility from Volkswagen. Cars that speak to you, learn from you, and connect you to the world. Cars that are as alive as you are. Cars that can reach new milestones. For everyone, in every shape and size. By harnessing power for the few, one can make a change. But by harnessing power for the many, we can change the world. ID. Volkswagen. Just electric. Start electric. Search Volkswagen ID.
So, I hope you will enjoy this as much as we do. It's quite an experience for us as a brand to start this new life with our customers, with our dealers, with our team, with our employees in the coming years and months. What you see here is just a pre-step to what you can expect from us in Frankfurt this year on the International Motor Show. Just by the way, if you live in Berlin, this installation will stay here for the next month until end of June, so people can take a look and actually have a look at the pre-bookable ID.3 first edition. Mark?
Thank you, Jürgen, for the quick introduction. We're happy to take your questions now. For that, please stand up because it's a little bit dark and hard to see here from the stage. And then somebody will come with a mic so that everybody can hear your questions. So, first question. Yeah, we have it here.
Hello. My name is Meyer from the EM magazine. I have two questions, please. Could you give us some information about the warranty conditions according to the battery for the pre-booking persons? And the second question, all the values you announced today, the energy amount, do you mean this is a net or gross value? Thank you.
Okay. let me just start with the end. It's net values, not gross values. Sorry, so what was the first question?
Warranty.
Warranty. Warranty is regulated clearly. It's an 8-year warranty with up to 160,000 kilometers with a minimum guarantee of 70%, which in real practice we've seen we will exceed by far. But we're going to give a minimum as a guarantee. 8 years, 160,000 kilometers.
You gave a lot of details about the battery, about the range, but nothing about the power of the engine. Can you tell us something about this? And will be only one rear engine, or will the top version will have also one more engine in the front? And second, there are some rumors that cobalt resources are not enough for the next years, and it seems that the problem is for the next 2-3 years. And you said that you will produce more than 100,000 in the next year. Do you secure these cobalt resources? And the last question is, the next Golf 8, which will be shown at the end of the year, will be the last Golf? Thank you.
Well, let me get started with the end. Clearly not. Golf is the heart of our company, will remain heart of the company, so there's no plan to stop with 8. 8 is going to be a brilliant Golf. You will see when we show the car. Let me start with some of the questions. Cobalt, I think a good question. I think you've read that we are committed to securing safe and actually regulated supply for cobalt, because it's not only about having the volume, but having it in the right way. So we are engaged with partners that can secure work ethics and work environments that we want to see as suppliers. We have warranted supply for the coming years. And as the chemistry mix in our batteries will change, we will get less and less dependent on cobalt actually being part of our battery system. So it's a sort of an issue that we feel sort of strong about. We want to actually have secured and actually ethically correct produced cobalt in the beginning. But with time, cobalt will become less important in our battery chemistry. Oh, engine. All of the rest, I know that you have tons of questions on the car, will be revealed in Frankfurt Motor Show. So we will talk about technical details, specification at Frankfurt. Today is just the spiff for starting basically the journey with us. In a few months in Frankfurt, we will tell you all about the details and technology and power ranges.
Good. Next question we have here, and then...
I have two questions. So my first question is, you mentioned that you will deliver 100,000 ID.3 in next year. When would it be at earliest? And my second question is, I'd like to know your launch plan outside Europe, especially in US, China, and Japan.
Okay. I think there's just one thing I need to correct. I've said that actually on a running year, we'll be producing 100,000 plus IDs, not in next year, 2020. So the production will be below 100,000 in the year 2020. But we will have a second car going online as a production car in the coming year as well. So there will be a good supply for ID.3 models and the next car coming. Again, all of that gets introduced to you at Frankfurt Motor Show. So we are building capacity. We are ramping up the plant. The plant has a capacity of 300,000 cars, and we are obviously keen to fill capacity as soon as possible with ID.3 and other members of the ID family.
Knüpfer is my name, from All Electronics. Other companies are expecting big developments with fuel cells. You are committed to electrical cars. Don't you think that you miss a very important market?
Not at all. We are, I think, very transparent on this technology. We do believe that fuel cell has a role to play for the future, but it won't help in the next decade. We want to make a big step ahead in reducing our CO2 footprint now. We can't wait until fuel cell becomes ready to get deployed and scaled, and the fuel cell energy system is actually ready to get launched. Our mission is to reduce the CO2 footprint of our brand and our industry fast, and sustainable, and our way forward is electric mobility. That does not include that one day Volkswagen brand and group will get engaged with fuel cells. It's just not for now. That's why we've gone our route, and this is our mission in the coming years.
Yes. One question more, please. Do you plan to cooperate with other companies with your modular electric powertrain?
It is public since Geneva that we are offering the platform to other companies. We've started to discuss with startup companies, those small and limited production runs, which can't afford the technology if they have to develop that. That actually is the easy part of the job. But we've opened the platform to other volume manufacturers. We have discussions, but they are far from being closed. But yes, Volkswagen is committed to opening the platform system to other manufacturers to reach scale for everybody and everybody's sake as soon as possible.
Thanks. So we have the next question here, and then in the back, I think it's Bill Boston, right? Great.
Hello, Adrian Mitra, my name. One question, how did you manage to solve the problem with the weight? As I see, the batteries are quite big, looking at today's standards, and the weight of the battery is very important. So how did you manage to solve the problem with the weight on this car? Thank you.
Okay, it's a very good question. Again, all details on weight and other factors of the car will be revealed and discussed in Frankfurt. It is a balance. The battery weighs a certain amount of kilograms. You can't change the battery cell per se, which is a big part of vehicle weight. So it's a balanced approach. Offer the right size of the car, offer the right package of the car to have a full family operating car, and then actually basically doing that in a weight balance that actually still makes sense for our owners. But all details on weights, please, I have to set on pause until we resume in Frankfurt.